In this lecture, I am going to explain on namespaces and the scope of a variable in Python. So what is namespace actually? A namespace is a name that should be give meaningful to the Python compiler. You should not give names as you like. Generally, what is name in Python? A name in Python is a way to access a variable. Okay, you need to access a variable. That's why namespaces are very important. Here, Python is more flexible when it comes to the variable declaration. You might be knowing about the variable lecture in the previous or what I told. Variables are you have to give on your own. That should be give meaningful, like int a comma sorry a comma b comma c. Some you are giving values. You can declare variables like assigning a name to it, so you can use names to reference values. Take example, num is equal to 5. That means you are referencing value as 5. Again, you are taking an str is equal to z. Z, you are just giving the string reference value z, and you are taking the sequence. Again, you are enclosing with some what I told. Square bracket means what you will get. List, square brackets, list should be enclosed in square brackets. So you can even assign a name to a function also. If you are talking about function, then you have to use the def. Def means definition, that should be provided in Python library, and it's a function, and you need to print it is a function. This is the name of the thing, namespace only. If meaningful is equal to function. Whatever you're having function means you are just storing it FO. Again, you are calling like this. This is the example of namespace that is assigning to different values. Again, I take the Python shell. Just wait for 1 minute, it will open. Here in this example, you are just giving variable as test -1, and here you are just printing. Listen, open file, new file. I will explain this program line by line. Just observe this example carefully. So here you are just giving the variable as test, and you are assigning -1 value to the test. Print your type, you are giving like this test, that is -1 type of test. What is -1? Is it integer? Give double quotes carefully. Test is equal to pointing to a string now. And you are just giving the values in this session. Type test, your colon is equal to type test. First you are giving the test value as -1. Next you are declaring like list values 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Save. You just save as namespace, and run like this. Here what you are giving, it will be printed like this only. First you consider that test is equal -1 value, it will treat as a class integer, and second one you are giving the string, right? Test is equal enclosed in double quotes. This is string. Next one you are just giving the list. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Here every time you are saying giving the namespace as the meaningful. Don't give meaningless names. That's the main intention of this program. So here you can see that one name is working perfectly fine to hold data for different data types. Okay, that is what this is called names. What I told is completely related to names. So how the naming mechanism can be worked, works inline or internally, related to the reference of an object. So here everything in Python is object only. Data types means you'll get numbers, string, functions, classes, that are nothing but all are objects. This is the example of object. If you take the real-time example of object, whatever you are present in the classroom, duster is an object, table is an object, and the chair is an object, and you need to act as a reference to the data object. Reference is also very important. No? Without reference, you cannot print anything. And that's about the name. Now, what is namespace? It is a simple system to control the names in a program. You are just giving meaningful names to the program. That's one point. And however, you need to take control over it. That's very important. So you should ensure that names are unique and won't let in conflict. Why you have to use namespaces in Python? In order to reduce the conflict only. If you reduce the conflict, in order to reduce the conflict, you have to give meaningful namespaces. So Python implements namespaces in the form of dictionaries only. In the previous lecture, you might be knowing the concept of dictionaries. Dictionary means it consists of the value and key. So here some mapping can be performed where names act as keys and objects as values. Here names and objects both will play an important role, plays a vital role in namespaces and scope. Here names act as keys, objects act as values. So multiple namespaces, you may have multiple namespaces. That's also no issue. But if you have the same name, what will happen? Then you will point to the different variable. What is the difference with name and variable? Name is just you are giving entire thing. That is like a name. That is can support either a string or character. And here you are pointing to a different variable. Let us work on the namespaces for better clarity. In namespace also there are two things are there. First one is a local namespace and second one is global namespace. Local namespace is that is present inside the particular function only. That is made local. Every function called in a program. Python creates this namespace for every function called in a program. That is called local namespace. So it remains active until the function returns. So what is global namespace? It is like public. Local namespace is like private, and the global namespace acts like public. It is entire. It is visible entire to the program. So program visibility will be public. So this namespace comes the names from various imported modules. Imported module means like it will be present in the Python library that is used in project, and it will use this namespace for every module include in your program. So it will last until the program ends. So next one is built-in namespace. What is built-in namespace? Built-in namespace means that will be present inside the library functionally. That is okay. They have to create. You need not create manually. It is already present in library. So for this reason, interpreter starts. Interpreter works with it. It is present line by line, and execute it until you exit. And next one, this is about the namespaces, name and namespaces. Up to now, you learned what is name and what is namespace and working of name and namespace. In the coming down, you might be having, well, we have so many examples. What is a scope in Python? Scope means importance. You are giving some importance of the namespace. So namespaces are introduced in order to reduce name conflict. So by here in this scenario, Python restricts names to be bound by specific rules known as scope. That is importance. You have to follow certain rules. Then only some importance of a name will be introduced. The scope determines the parts of the program where you could use the name without any prefix. Here you are not using any prefix. That's it. It determines the part of the program. So here you are using different scopes. The scopes present in Python are locals, function, modules, and built-ins. These four can be treated as scope. What is local scope? Local means it will present inside the function, that is innermost scope. It holds the values, that is list of all local names available in the current function. Again, it is a scope for all the enclosing function defines name from the nearest enclosing scope enclose outwards. If you are enclosing within the function, it should flow inside that. the importance will be exist in inside that function. Next one, module. What is module? Module means like task. If you go to the specific piece of function code, so it will exist in particular module only. That's why take care of all the global names from the current module. Global means public again. So the outermost scope which manages the list of all built-in names. I already told previous one, global. If you're taking the outermost scope, then also it manages the list of all the built-in names. It is the last place to search for the name that you cited in the program. That is, you have searched in the program. What is scope resolution in Python? Scope resolution means what? If you are introducing any name, you should begin from the innermost function and then goes higher and higher until the program finds the related object. That means you keep on searching, searching higher and higher until the program finds the related object. So if the search ends without any outcome, then the program throws a name exception. You take the example as Google. You are typing the particular phrase in Google. If you don't get related context, then what you will do? Then it will throw an error. Suppose if you get desired one what you want, then no problem. That is the concept of that is a real-time application of the scope resolution in Python. Here also some searching should happen. So if no result means, then definitely program will throw an name error exception. Let us work some examples. I'm going to explain one by one now. Just a focus. Here what you are doing, you are giving namespaces a underscore var, meaningful namespace, and value is a 10 that you are storing in a underscore var, and you are going to print this one begin dir and deffo, that is the name of the function name, and you are extending the variable as 11. This is called global and this is called local, and you are just printing dir fo and just you are giving end. Again, go back to example. I hope you are getting no. How this you will get this output? Begin directory annotations built-ins log file. Can you understand what is going on? As a beginner, one might be get totally confused. Why this output is printing like this? Just you gave the variable as 10 and down variable as 11. And what is the main purpose of using like this? So the main intention of using this is main thing what I told example, Google example I told no. If you are searching some meaningful and if you get desired outcome, it will print fine. Otherwise, it will throw an name error exception. And likewise, built-in modules are there, and referring those modules in Python library, this annotation built-ins file a underscore this will be printing totally. Okay, that's why dir directory is present in the Python shell, where we'll take the reference of Python library and it will print all the things like this. I hope you understand. Don't just confuse this. It will treat complete reference of Python library, so it will print like this. That is the meaning of this program. And here you use the dir function. Directory function, the purpose of directory function is it lists all the names that are available in Python. If in the first print statement, the directory only displays the list of names, only names only printed. Second print, it finds only one name, local. You are using local, no? That's why it will print the local this one. So in the next example, we'll see a list of names inside some nested functions. Some nested functions will be there. Just work on this. So again you observe like this def outer underscore f4 outer underscore where is equal 3. This is called outer variable that present in the outer underscore f4 def inner underscore f4 inner underscore where is equal to 5. So you are printing directly again names in inner 4 names in outer 4. You observe the variables, that is you need to understand two terminals only, local and global, both things. Accordingly it will print. Here you are using nested functions. This is one function and this is another function. You are using outer underscore for one function and next you are using this one. And observe the output like this. If you observe the output, you will understand what's going on. Inner where means names in inner form. First it will print this one and next you are going to print names in outer form. Okay, inner underscore where and outer inner underscore f4 this one and this one. It will be going function wise only, nested function. You need to understand the namespace and scope of the function in Python. That's the very important aspect to know. So likewise you have to use so many examples. Here your values will be there now. You need to understand the variables. Here taking the variable as 5 value 7 assigned to b underscore where and use the function as outer underscore f4. This will be treated as global. Again you are assigning the values 3 9. Again you are using the inner underscore f4. Again you are assigning values. Now print statements are introduced. First a underscore f where will be printed. Again b underscore where. So what is the output of this? A underscore was inside inner f inner underscore 4. Inner means what will take this both will come no. So 4 8. Again inner underscore f4. What you are getting outer f4 means what you'll get outside all functions means lastly 5 7. This 3 9 again. Middle print statements will be 3 9 in last 5 7. Once see the output and accordingly you'll understand totally what's happening. First 4 8. Next what will happen? Inside outer underscore f4 a underscore where outer underscore 4 means what will print 4 a underscore where means how much 4. Why? Outside all functions means 4. So every time a underscore where will be printed as 4 only. Why? We have declared a global variable as a underscore inside both the outer. Yes, that's very important point. A underscore where 4 is completely global. Global a underscore var. That's very important point. Here this line will help you out in displaying the output. So understand what I'm saying. You made the global as a underscore var. If you mean the global b underscore var means we'll see. Again say I work on the same example. Global b underscore var means 8. B underscore var. What you are getting here? 8. Again you are getting b and outside all functions h. First print statement you are getting 4 8 common. Second 3 9 a underscore 1 3 9 and next last one you have to treat this one right outside all. So go to the output 3. So a underscore where is 3 and here also b. So likewise you extend your logic, no problem. If you get error only, you will get strong in programming. First 48, next 38. So b underscore 38. Next one 58. So every time 8 is treated as constant only for because you are making global. Understand? So you want to import all names from a module. So for this reason, you have to follow the syntax like this: from module name import star. In Java also you might be learning import space java.util.star semicolon. But in Python you have to use like this: from module name import. You take this example, you'll understand totally what's happening. Print namespace one dir from math import. You are taking mathematical, you need to compute the mathematical terms. That's why you're using this package name called math. From math import, and star means it is you'll include all run the directories library. Again from c math import star namespace underscore 3 dir square root 144.2 c math. See, run. If you observe the output, you are getting like this. One will be not doing anything. What's happening is these are the directories that present in the Python library: namespace 1, namespace 2, and is finite, is inf, is nan, is sqrt. Like this, you have so many tan, cos, sine. There are so many things like this. So namespace annotation, built-in stock file, loader, names package, everything will come this scenario, and finally the value will be determined by the Python compiler. And the next one is import specific names from a module. This is a syntax of the specific name from a module. From module name import foo underscore 1. And this is the function name you are just from importing. Again, if you do this example, again annotation names will be displayed according to the Python library. Here you are just using the package name called math square root and namespace one namespace. So this is very important. So one will be knowing the import packages in Python. So like this, you will get. Don't try to buy out. Just understand what's happening. What you need to understand the process. Everything will be determined by the Python compiler taken from the Python library. This is the output. And least one topic. You have to import just a module only using its name. The syntax for this is import module name. That means it will import only particular module name, right? So if you use math only, Python compiler will manipulate the square root of 144.2. First print namespace, and next you are taking math, two times will be printed, and finally math dot square root of 144 will be evaluated automatically in every picture. So everything looks same. Here only it changes last one. That's you need to understand this scenario. That's the concept of the namespaces. In this lecture, what you learned, namespaces, first you learned name and namespace, and next scope, and last one import packages. So 4 topics you learned in this. So I mentioned some examples, go through that one, and this will benefit you in this Python course. Keep watching this channels carefully. Daily I will update the videos again. Still some more lectures are left. I'll upload very shortly, and roughly 4 or 5 lectures will be there, and everything will be demonstrated practically, no theoretical. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you.